Hello, Sagittarius. All placements. Welcome to your love reading. We're not going to be looking at your love life. We are going to be looking at your heart chakra, which will then lead you to your love life, okay? With your own understanding. Your energy is inverted here next to the sun. We have the temperance, your energy. Let me get a clear one for you. Yeah. The temperance, your energy next to the sun. But they're both inverted, meaning they are in their detriment, their opposite self. And we are looking at your heart chakra here. So what is this telling us about your heart? It is not vibrating in its natural form, in its natural frequency, because of the heaviness, because of the betrayal, because of some sort of energies that are weighing heavy on your heart. Therefore, you not being able to fully be. The restrictions on your heart are leading you to restrict yourself within the love department, right? Because I'm seeing you are not giving yourself to anyone. You are giving them what they want, or you are just becoming what you think you should become for that person or even that group of people. You are not vibrating on a frequency of true self, which is the temperance, the truth. I see the world has not been kind to you at all. And you've had to most of the time bottle up your true emotions. Hence, it is so easy to not vibrate on your true sense of being in terms of your heart chakra, because you have been taught to suppress by your circumstances, by your experiences, by your trauma, Sagittarius. But there is still hope. It isn't your fault that things happened the way they did. In the connections that you valued most, things might have really happened that shattered your heart, okay? And resulted in you just blocking yourself off from everybody on an emotional scale here. We're talking emotional. You're talking your heart chakra, not the self that you show to the rest of the world. Your true self that you sit with when you're about to go to bed. That's the self I'm talking to. The one that doesn't really get the chance to shine because of being suppressed. I see you just suppressing yourself here ultimately. But it's not something you should blame yourself for. It's what you know because of your life path. It's been hard for you to still maintain this, transparency and giving and love and light. It's been hard for you to vibrate on those frequencies because of the ill treatment you've encumbered in the world, the ill treatment that has made its way in your territory, that devil energy that plays around in your energy a lot. The people whom you were surrounding yourself with at the time in your past, these are people whom had their own insecurities, okay? These are people whom were struggling with their self-identity, and these are people whom were still also finding themselves. Even the people obviously whom you've been in a relationship with, as of you are in a process of learning yourself further, so is everybody else around you, but in different ways. The people you've dealt with, they also people, And the path of self-discovery is there for them too. So don't be so hard on them for not playing their role in your life, or failing you, disappointing you, or putting you in this energy of being guarded towards everybody else who might even deserve a chance. Just understand that they themselves were going through something internally that they might not have shared with you, because you also were not sharing your full self with them. There are some parts of yourself you are holding back. You are not really allowing yourself to fully express. So of course you attract what you are. Therefore the person will reciprocate that. There'll be lack of emotional support. It'll be like they there but they not there. You'll still, because you still got it somehow towards them, and so are they towards you. But it's not anyone's fault. It's the fault of the past itself that has done this to you. But you are not your past. You are not your trauma. You are not other people's lack of goodwill. Meaning, you are not to blame for other people being bad people. You might have felt really, really in charge of others when they were not your responsibility. It's like you were attracting people that weren't making you feel good. You were making them feel good. You were empowering them, but the love you were giving, you were not shown at all. You were there for others, held them down, held their hand, but you never got that same reciprocation that you also needed in that same way, in that same level. And that hurt you most, because you're willing to give it up for people. You're willing to really go the extra mile, but they're not willing to do the same for you. I see you need to grow. I see you need to experience something really painful here, or you have experienced something painful, but that painful experience should not be looked at as a painful experience. It should be looked at as a much needed lesson to activate your growth. Even if it came in a form of pain, but its role in your life was to bring you growth. It's what you're focusing on ultimately that matters. So are you looking at that, the fact that you were hurt and this is how it made you feel, or are you looking at the truth of the situation? Are you looking at it from this energy, which is the energy you're in, or are you looking at it from your true energy of the truth? The truth will set you free. Your own energy, Sagittarius. You need to set yourself free from all the faults of others, because a lot of people just failed you in the past, and you attracted people in your life that really didn't make you feel good, or like welcome, or like you belong. There was always some form of God you had towards these people, towards yourself, because nobody really gave you the platform to fully just be. You always felt like you had to restrict yourself, even with those you were in a relationship with. You couldn't really just let it all out the way you would want to, of course. There's some misunderstandings here as well. I'm getting there's emotional misunderstandings between you and those around you. Some of you, this could be like your mom. The reason there's so much conflict with those that you love is because of the lack of emotional understanding of one another. Where do you stand? Meaning, how do you truly feel and how do I truly feel? And this stems from lack of vulnerability and being guarded and prideful. No truth is going to come from anything like that. Even if it's like we both tried, but have you really tried? Or is that what you were telling yourself? Because I see you hold back, even if you tell yourself that you're not holding back, Sagittarius. That's the thing. You are holding back, even if you think you're giving your all, because there is still some things that are unhealed and still some things that are weighing on your heart that is hard for you to let go of, and that's contributing heavily to your way of being in terms of love and the movement that your love life is going here, whether you're entertaining just the pleasure or whether you want truth out of a relationship. That is your battle here, the battle of the devil, the devil's playground, or just being a good person. Allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to fully express without yearning for the other person's validation of you expressing yourself. You should not want to be understood by the next person. You should understand yourself so that they can understand you too. They don't have to get it. It's on you to explain it to them because they're human. They don't think like you do. Hence, there is this emotional sort of dissatisfaction in your life because there's a lack of understanding of that. People feel different things and they're affected by different things in different ways. That's why it needs to be addressed. But what people do, what you do, you suppress it. And whether you think it's big or it's small, it matters. It does. Why else would it be affecting you? Why else would it be the reason of making your heart beat faster because of the anxiety? Some things are not meant to just stay suppressed, because whenever you hear them, you're going to feel triggered. In order for you to overcome the enemy, you have to be aware of the enemy. And not just sit with that and let it just take away your happiness by stealing away that little happiness that you might have and just changing your mood. That's not a way to live. You need to address that emotional despair of self that is happening within your heart right now. And also, you need to let the burdens of others go. It's not your fault that they didn't play their role. And it's not on you to try so hard, because the same efforts that you're putting in, the same person can do the same thing. They just choosing not to. Why? They choosing to mind their business. They choosing themselves, and you should do the same. But don't let go without expressing. But some things are much better left unsaid, and your own discernment will alert you as to which of those things you need to now express and which of those things that are just better left unsaid. You'll understand because you know, or you need to understand, the devil's tactics to get you to never really find love or to feel like you're not really deserving of it. Don't let your own energy be used against you, because when it's inverted, it's in its opposite. Temperance inverted is the opposite of the temperance. It's not in its natural form here, and it can be manipulated in that sense. Don't allow your own energy to be manipulated and let the devil play with you. It comes in many forms, and that is also emotional manipulation. Be aware, and you will not be in despair. Okay, that'll be all for you, Sagittarius. This was your, I guess, heart chakra reading. Okay, checking in there if everything is okay. If you're looking for a reading, you'll find my email listed in the description box below. because I offer all types of readings, okay? Personal readings, love readings, spiritual path, life path, clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, which is intuitive, as well as FaceTime, video call, Zoom call, and Skype, okay? If you're interested, you'll find, once again, my email in the description box below, and I'm sending you nothing but love. Until next time, Sagittarius. Bye.